You better lay down.
And we're live on YouTube. It's 3 o'clock Eastern. How you guys doing? My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jared Bear. Today's date is Sunday, November 7th, 2021. Thank you so much for stopping by. I almost said thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Joining me off camera this week is my dad, who's filling his face. And he was yelling at the dogs as we were coming on air here. And we got Amy over here on this couch. Of course, you can't see her. You don't like to be seen, only heard. Okay. Duly noted. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a great week. It's been a very busy week for us once again. And I'm going to get to that. And Dad said it was a sad week. And of course it was. We lost my uncle. He would have been my uncle. His name was Junior Saville. He passed away unexpectedly because I didn't, I knew he was sick, but I didn't think he was really sick. And his funeral services are going to be this Saturday at the Racy Free United Methodist Church, which is at the corner of Chapin Road and M57 at 2 o'clock because I believe he was already cremated. And so we got that going on the Saturday. And today we found out just this morning that another dear friend of ours had passed away. Her name was Paula Van Warmer. She, as far as I know, she had declining health. I'm really not sure. I do know, however, that she was in a wheelchair the last time I saw her, and it was at Jane Street Clinic in Saginaw, because that's where my dad goes to get his prescriptions and to see his doctor. She passed away this morning, and so we're just awaiting word on, services if they are going to have anything in honor of her. And she was about Dad's age, I think. Wasn't she your age? Yeah, she was about 63 or something like that, 64, around there. I've known Paula for many years. I've known her since I was a kid. And what now? She don't watch these, but so that's another dear friend of ours gone. And then my uncle Junior Saville passed away, of course. So it's been a long week, and it's been kind of a sad week. But in any event, I'm still here, and I'm doing another week of the Sunday video update. Dad, how was your week?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
It was interesting. Amy, how about you? Same as Dad. Interesting. For those of you who might not be able to hear it because she's talking low. It's been interesting. It has been an interesting week. Just there's been, of course, the couple of deaths that I mentioned, and there's been some other weird things going on. I talked to my mom. Let's see, it was last week. Well, that's not weird, but I was talking to my mom last week for a short period of time, and she was telling me how actually she was telling me how she doesn't want visitors for at least for a while anyway, because she was exposed to the COVID. So I don't know if I don't think she has a COVID, but I think she's going to be tested. I know she got vaccinated. I don't know if she's going to be tested to see if she has COVID, but I know she's been vaccinated, and she asked me to not come up for a while. And so I'm going to respect her wishes and not visit until it's safe to do so. And I found out that one of my cousins has contracted the COVID, and we do have visitors showing up here who also go up to my cousin's house. And so we're going to have that discussion with them. If you've been around that person, knowing that they've got the COVID, I mean, we shouldn't even have to ask or request that people who've been exposed to the COVID not show up, not come over. But people don't, they think they're immune to it. This Thanksgiving will be a year since I've had the COVID. And Amy, she's vaccinated, but we're coming up on a year since she had the COVID. So we don't need to catch the COVID. We don't need to catch it again. I'm not looking forward to being, sick with COVID. I don't want to be in bed for another week and a half. Seem like forever. She doesn't, I shouldn't speak for Amy, but I would almost say that she doesn't want to be exposed to the COVID. She don't want to be sick anymore. Although she's been vaccinated, but still, it's just a risk that we're not willing to take. And people need to be mindful and use common sense and think, well, I've been at this person's house. They've got the COVID, so I'm just going to stay home just to be safe, or just not come around here. Maybe not necessarily so much stay home, but don't come here. We don't need the COVID. Period. Oh, you told Aunt Joanne. Okay. Okay. And people, they take it so personally. Well, you just don't want me to come over. No, it's not that. It's not that. Only we don't want you to come over if you've been exposed to the COVID, if you've been around other people who have been diagnosed with the COVID, or if they're experiencing such symptoms. We don't need that here again. I don't need to get sick, especially, a childhood cancer survivor here, weakened immune system. I don't need to be around that shit anymore. Amy doesn't want to be around it again. Although she was vaccinated, but still, it's not the point. And Dad, yeah. And Dad just doesn't want it. Nobody here wants it. So if you've got the COVID, or if you've been exposed to the COVID, please refrain from coming here. I don't think it's too much to ask. So, well, that's a good thing. Because I definitely don't want to be stuck in my bed again for another week. It seemed, like the COVID itself, when I had the COVID, it seemed like it was such a quick hit and then it was gone, but the symptoms lingered. Like I got my fever to go away, but the loss of taste and smell was still, it was an effect. And I was taking zinc. I was taking vitamin C. I was drinking Powerade. I was, eating and drinking a lot of liquids, and I actually stocked up on grapes and bananas and such. I was eating fruit, had too much of it, upset my stomach. So it's like, wow, I can't fucking win no matter what I do. But, yeah, I had it and I don't want to go through that again. So, my mom has asked me to refrain from coming up to visit until, until she finds out as to whether or not she has a COVID or she doesn't. And I know she's looking out for me, and I appreciate that. She's not saying, well, if you got the COVID yourself, son, don't be bringing it around me. I think she understands, and I think Dad and Amy here would understand that when I'm sick, I don't leave home. I'm in my bed trying to sleep the shit off, trying to fight off whatever I have. And usually I'm pretty good at that. I eat and drink all the right things and keep my body hydrated, and yeah, with the COVID, when you experience the symptoms like me, when I first discovered it, or when I knew I had it, shortness of breath, I spiked a fever, I lost my sense of taste and smell. Well, I know a friend right now who's got the COVID, and she's got like 12 kids. And actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm mistaking my friend for another person. I'm sorry. No, that's incorrect. I know of a person that I actually met here in Michigan. She has a COVID, but she's got 2 kids, by the way. She's got the COVID and she's been throwing up. And so I didn't throw up when I had COVID. I didn't get sick. But she is getting sick. No. When I had that breathing treatment on, that mask, it opened up my airways and there was a lot of phlegm that I was spitting up, but I didn't actually like throw up. Yeah. So, yeah, it's getting bad everywhere. I heard my Uncle I don't know how true this is, and I probably shouldn't say anything, but I will anyway. I heard my Uncle Junior was around people who tested positive for COVID. And as a result, that's what led to his death. I don't know how true that is, and I probably shouldn't have said it, but that's just what I heard. Doesn't necessarily mean I believe it, because I don't know that. I don't have the evidence in front of me, so I don't know that, but that's just what I heard. It might not be true. I don't know. But that's what I've been told. And with this friend of ours who passed away this morning, she died from heart failure, is what I was told. Like I said, we knew that she had a history of health issues. She was in a wheelchair the last time we saw her. I don't know her health history. I don't know the severity of her health. And I want to try to be as respectful as I can, just in case any of her family members are listening or watching this. I don't know the history of her health, but what I can say is she was a dear friend of ours, and we knew that she was in a wheelchair. I didn't know anything about her health, but I heard this morning, someone told me this morning that she passed away as a result of heart failure. Whether or not that's accurate, I don't know. That's just what I was told. But anyway, it's been a long week. I was on Owasso. Yeah, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. I went to Owasso to get one of those selfie stick for my cell phone, because I still have my Android phone. And instead, what I got was a tripod, but this tripod it can hold cell phones. So that way, when you have the tripod set up, there's a vise on it, and you just twist it down, and then it'll hold the phone right in place. So that way you can video what's in front of you. And it's a steady, which is still good, because I can still make, spoof videos with that tripod. And that's exactly what I need. So that way I'm not leaning the phone up against anything sturdy, So I do still need that. What I actually need, though, is just a regular selfie stick, like a gimbal or something, but I'll have to look and see what my options are. And I would actually like to get a new camera, just do away with the GoPro, but I'll hold on to it, because I still might need the GoPro for some other video projects. Huh? What now?
You might need it for another event or something.
Another event, yeah, maybe. Dad's been out hunting, but he hasn't been bringing up any deer.
Seen one last night coming up, yeah.
But it's been an interesting week, to say the least. And we, lost a couple of people, and we're doing okay. As far as I can tell, we're doing okay. I mean, it's kind of been a depressing, melancholy environment. I think it has to do with the change of the weather. And I hope you remember to set your clocks back an hour if you haven't already. So I think it's the weather. It's nice and warm today. It's like 63 degrees today. But it's the change of the weather. It's the time change. It's, I don't know. I think it's just everything changing. And
my granddaughter said, I said, how warm is it? She said, oh, it's only 73. It's kind of chilly.
73, kind of chilly.
Wow. We hit 73. I'm happy.
So that's why you're in a good mood today. That's why, no, seriously, that's why you're in a kind of a good mood today. Other than the news of our friend passing away, but you got to talk to your grandchildren. Yeah, so that's a winner. That's a good thing. They didn't really, I mean, I talked to them and they kind of looked up. It's like, you remember Uncle Jared, right? We're doing a video chat, and I said, you remember Uncle Jared, don't you? I said, it's been a little while. I'm your Uncle Jared, and she kind of looked at me, but she talked more to Grandpa over here. Yeah, she talked to Papa more. But so that was a high point of the day. I got to talk to my nieces and my little nephew. He looks like a rock star, with all that hair coming down over his eyes and down to his neck and everything. And yeah, that's my nephew, cute little guy. It runs in the family.
Red hair.
Yeah, he's got red hair, just like Psycho Uncle Jared here.
So
Um,
yeah,
but that was a good time. We got to talk to the kids. I haven't seen my nieces and nephews in a long time, and yeah, Amy even got to talk to them, and so it was good. That was a high point of our day. But it has been a long week in terms of we've been dog sitting, and that might be hopefully coming to an end tomorrow. And the situation, as Amy said, is getting worse with her mom. She's been eating cigarette butts.
that's like the popcorn.
So you know that her condition has gotten worse. Yeah, she thought it was she thought cigarette butts were popcorn, and so that kind of speaks for itself. I mean, her condition is getting worse, and pretty soon we'll be, oh yeah, right here.
Look at all the people in there, though. Some of them
So this is the obituary for my uncle Junior, who passed away, and mind you, Junior was married to my mom's sister Flossie, my aunt Flossie, back in like the 60s and 70s or whatever. That's when they had kids together. From about 66 to 71 is when they had kids. I'll read the obituary for those of you who are local. It's not a very big obituary. It's a small one, actually. So here it is. Junior David Saville of Chapin Township, he was 75 years old. Died on Thursday, November 4, 2021 at his home. Cremation has taken place and a memorial service will be planned for at a future date. Arrangements were entrusted to McGeehan Funeral Homes, Martin Chapel. Online condolences may be made at mcgeehanfh.com. So, and those services that they're speaking of, as I had mentioned here just moments ago, will be at the Racy United Free Methodist Church this Saturday at 2:00. You can bring a passing dish for my local friends watching this. If you knew my Uncle Junior, you may bring a passing dish. So they're going to have a luncheon after his services. Yeah, there's a lot of people we knew, and they are no longer with us. And Dad and I were kind of talking about that. It's just amazing to me how so many people that we knew, whether they be friends or family, they're just dying, like they're just leaving. And it's lately it's been like one right after the other. And it's really hard to believe that so many people we knew over the years have and I don't know. I don't know. It's just I mean, I say it's hard to believe because it's like their death it was untimely. Like we weren't expecting it. But I believe it because people die young all the time. People die young every day when they least expected it. So that's life, and it's not to be dismissive or to just shrug it off as, oh well, another one gone. It's just the truth. That's reality. You're here today, gone tomorrow, and that's why I always tell my dad here that I'm doing the best I can to make the best of every day, and because I might not be here tomorrow. So, and it doesn't scare me. I gotten over my fear of death a long time ago when I relinquished my religious beliefs. Now that I'm an atheist, it doesn't scare me. And most people would think, well, if you don't believe in a God, wouldn't that scare you more? No, because when I'm dead, I'm not going to know it. First of all, when I'm dead, I won't know it. Secondly, there's nothing I'm going to do to stop it. When I'm dead, I'm not going to know anything because I won't have a conscience. I'll be dead. It's not going to matter, but I don't spend my entire life worrying about death, because if I spend my whole life worrying about death, it's going to devalue life and living. So I just spend every day living and doing the best I can. I try to make good memories with good people that I associate with. I try to make the best out of every day. I help as many people as I can when I'm able. And I'm not always able to help everybody, but I do the best I can when I've got the resources to, be able to help other people. But I try to make the best of every day. I don't give a thought about death and dying. And, I don't even think about being decrepit. I just don't think about that. I think about the here and now. I live in the moment, and there's people I love and care about dearly. Those of you watching at home or wherever you may be watching this from, I love you all very much dearly. And I just live one day at a time. That's all anybody can do. That's all any of us can do. I don't think about death. I don't fear death.
Enjoy what you're doing every day, because
I would rather do what I do and to be friends with the people I'm friends with and to associate with the people that I associate with. I would rather do that instead of living my life never knowing how it could have been. So I just grab that opportunity and I live for the moment with those people. Last night I was at the back 40 and I knocked back a few with my neighbor down the road here. We've been getting along very well. And matter of fact, when I was on Owasso yesterday, I bought that tripod with the I call it a vice, the thing that holds your phone. I bumped into him at Walmart because he was looking for lights for his truck that he's going to mount on the back of his truck. And we got to talking. We were in the aisle over in the automotive section at Walmart. We were talking, and she says, "Well, meet me at the 40 later. I'll buy you a beer." Okay, so we sat and drank beer. And I was actually on my way home because I was going to drop off the tripod here at the house before I went down to the back 40, and instead met up with Dad down at the corner at Fordney and Baldwin because you were going to go get cigarettes. And I said, okay, he says, meet me down there. Okay. So I met Dad down there and we all drank. And it was fun. Yeah, we walked in on a wedding down there. It was no. They were there when we got there. A couple of women got married and they were down there and I think they were bar hopping because there was a whole fleet of people. It was the married couple and then just a bunch of their friends, I guess. The groomsmen and the bridesmaids or whatever they're called. No, it's not that. It's not funny. But anyway, no, well, it's not. So they I think they were bar hopping. They went from bar to bar, and so Dad trying to slip up some little joke about lesbians getting married. Well, if they love each other, that's entirely up to them. You live your life, do what you want. But so that was interesting, and we did have a good time down at the back 40. We sat and drank a few cold ones and played a little bit of Keno, lost like usual. But it was still fun. We got out of the house. I had a little buzz going. We came back home. I had some pork steaks, mashed potatoes. Then I went to bed. After I ate, I went to bed. But it was a good night. The pork steaks and mashed potatoes turned out pretty good last night.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. Trying to think what else I can talk about. Oh yeah. I announced last week that I'm back on Facebook, and I'm still on Facebook. If you want to join me, send me a friend request and accept a friend request. But before I do that, before I accept your friend request, I would ask that you message me first, so that way I know who I'm adding. And if you come on my Facebook, if you're one of my haters coming on Facebook just to give me a bunch of shit, your ass will be history in the blink of an eye, and I won't lose sleep doing it. So if you're going to join me on Facebook, you will mind your peace, vanish into fucking obscurity, and never talk to me again. But please, if you have good intentions, send me a friend request. I will accept it. And you can, stay on top of what's going on. For those of you, and this is something I was going to talk about last week, and I guess I got a little bit sidetracked. But for those of you who are familiar with the old grain tower in Saginaw, where the Beans bunny rabbit, well, not only did they take the sign down, which you saw a video, I posted a video on this channel about the Beans tower coming down. They took the sign down, but now they're taking the whole building down, and they're going to put a new school, I think, a high school or something there. I don't remember. I don't remember what kind of school they said it was. Was it a general public school or an academy or something, Dad? Do you remember? Yeah, I don't remember. Some kind of a school. But they did. I think they preserved that bean sign, and I think they put it in a museum or somewhere. They kept it as a piece of Saginaw's history. So that's a good thing. We need to preserve history, and we need to really stay on top of. We need to stay on top of history. We need to preserve history and be able to look at things and say, "Oh yeah, I remember that." Revisit history and share some fond memories of what you remember from specific landmarks and things. I was in Owasso yesterday, and after I left Walmart, I actually went to the Steam Railroad Institute, which I was thinking about putting together a video for the Steam Railroad Institute and put it here on my YouTube channel. I was there yesterday, and I was taking pictures of the outside of the building. I was standing on a public sidewalk, and I was, just taking a few pictures. And someone who worked there had come out and said, "Well, the museum's closed to the public," which I was already aware. But he was really cool about it. I mean, he was really nice, and just told him, I'm out here taking pictures. I'm standing on a public sidewalk, just taking some pictures, and just to show my friends, because I got lots of friends who live out of state who are fans of the movie Polar Express. And, the sound effects from that train in the movie Polar Express were right here in Owasso. And so I wanted to show my friends, I wanted to bring Owasso to them, so to speak. And they thought it was rather interesting. But the guy was pretty nice. He was a young kid. He was probably, I don't know, younger than me. He looked like he was maybe 25, 30 years old. But he was really cool about it, and he let me take my pictures. And he says, "Well, the museum's closed to the public. They're still going to have the Polar Express train ride from Owasso to Ashley," which I was hoping I could have went this year. But I don't know if they're still selling tickets or if the tickets are sold out. I just don't know. I would have to look it up, because you can look up everything nowadays. But we were talking about going. The three of us were, or at least Dad and I were discussing getting tickets, because I had never been on it. And I think it'd be pretty damn cool to go on the train and, ride from Owasso to Ashley, and then from Ashley, I think, back to Owasso. I think the ticket covers, it would have to. Yeah, but I know, well, they have the thing out in Ashley where they have the Santa's, what the fuck is that called? Yeah, they got it out in Ashley, and they do come to the fairgrounds in Chesaning. But they were talking, well, the guy yesterday was saying that they're going from Owasso to Ashley to the North Pole, I guess is what they call it, or whatever it is. But I don't know. I think that I would imagine the ticket covers both ways. I think it's a round trip thing from Owasso to Ashley and then back to Owasso again. I don't think they're going to charge you twice. If they did, it'd be a fucking ripoff. But yeah, I'll have to look into that and see if there are still tickets available. I'd like to go on it once. But of course, with the COVID, you never know. They might at the last minute say, "Well, sorry, we can't do it." And those of you who bought tickets, we're going to refund you your money. Hopefully it won't be another sad situation like the Showboat where they embezzled $30,000 without intention of paying it back to anybody. That's why we don't have a Showboat anymore. Charlie Daniels band was supposed to show up, and at the last minute they couldn't. And the Showboat committee, they weren't planning on paying anyone back. Well, bye-bye Showboat. So we don't have a Showboat anymore. I do miss the Showboat though. It was a part of Chesaning's history since what do they say, since 1931. So it's been with Chesaning for a good many years. The Shiawassee Queen is what it was called, and now it's just nothing because it doesn't exist. They took it away, but it'll always be a piece of Chesaning's history. Oh, and there was something interesting that happened last week. I went to Frankenmuth. I went out to Bronner's, and I got I had a couple of personalized Christmas bulbs made for a cancer warrior and his baby sister. Had those shipped out. And on the way back through, coming towards Chesaning, I decided to stop at the Junction of Hope restaurant, which is my favorite place in the whole world to eat. And upon walking in, I spotted my Grandpa Fuller and one of his lady friends, and I sat down in the booth with them. They already had their food ordered, and they were eating, and then I had to place my order. I was going to pay for my meal, and Grandpa says, "Nah, put your money away, put your money away." And he paid for my meal. And then I noticed that there was an elderly couple sitting in, a booth, maybe a couple booths behind us. And so I paid for their meal. So I paid it forward. And that's what I like to do. It's a very friendly establishment. Oh, you did? Paid for someone else's meal. Yep, I like to do that sometimes. Like if I'm, if I've got the money, I don't care if it's at the Junction of Hope or Granny's Kitchen in Oakley, no matter where I go. I mean, especially a sit-down diner where the people are friendly. I wouldn't do that at the Back 40 or anywhere else. But, these are older people and little diner, you go and sit down, eat food, maybe drink a cup of coffee or pop or whatever it is you want to drink. They're nice places to go. And I figure, why not? My grandpa paid for my meal and I had the extra cash. Yeah, I'll pay for their meal. It was only like $20. I mean, what's $20? But it's not the cost that matters. It's the gesture. It's the fact that when you do something nice for somebody else, you get that feeling of validation within. And it does make you feel good. I typically don't speak of my good deeds, but that one I figured, what the hell? I'll let that one go. I did actually help somebody last week, and it felt good. It feels good to help people. But I'm not one of these people who are, so desperate for attention that I have to speak of every good deed. That somehow, in some way, every good thing I do has to be in the spotlight. That's not true. I do lots of things that nobody knows about. I do lots of things that even Dad doesn't know about, and we live together. So, there's a lot of things that I do that I like to keep to myself and or person that I help. And some, there are some things I'll tell Dad that I've done and just to at least show him that he did raise someone right, raised with morals, because, those have gone out the fucking window. I like to keep morals and all that good stuff alive. So, but anyway, I've rambled on that. The hour is just ticking by so very quickly. We're already coming on to 35 minutes. There's like 25 minutes left of the live stream here. But I do thank you again so much for stopping by and indulging me for the next 25 minutes. I should have said that back at 3 o'clock, but what the hell? I'm trying to think what else happened last week. I really need to start writing this down so that way I don't forget anything. But I get caught up in the moment and I'm not thinking about writing anything down. There's a good piece of news to pass along, and it's a sad piece of news to pass along. Dad probably forgot about this, but tomorrow, November 8th, will mark 25 years since my grandma was killed in a car accident, his mom. And, it doesn't seem like 25 years. It sure does not seem like 25 years. And so I probably shouldn't have mentioned it because now it's going to be on his mind. But November 8th is a very somber day for us. And so tomorrow we have to live that reality, and we're going to get through it. We're going to come out on the other side. We're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. It's going to be fine. That's the sad piece of news. The good piece of news, and I'll probably talk about this next week as well. On Tuesday, the 16th, November 16th, will be the 22nd anniversary of my journal writing. I will see what I could do about putting together some kind of a video of some sort, and just kind of show you what I'm doing and kind of commemorate the special day. I haven't really decided yet. I might do that. I might even start recording bits and pieces of the video after I'm done here. So it's really hard to say. I'll think of something, to some way to commemorate the day anyway. But 22 years I've been writing journals, and over I'd say now maybe close to 30,000 pages I've occupied. Maybe. I haven't tallied them up yet, but I'll have to do the math again. I'll have to, because I got it stored on a computer in my bedroom where I've got the Microsoft Excel on the computer, and I can get it to where it'll give me a sum total of all the numbers in the column. If I just do a simple math formula, and it'll add up all the amounts. But I'm pretty sure I'm at 20, or probably close to 30,000 pages. Maybe still over 25,000. I don't know. Was it? No, it wasn't last Friday, was it, that I made that chili? And it was a week before that. It was a week before that I made chili for the first time, and it turned out really good. Grandpa Fuller tried telling me a way to how he does it, a couple extra steps, but I just went straight to chopping up the onion, chopping up the green pepper, frying my hamburger, add in tomato juice, tomato sauce, red kidney beans, add the chopped onion and green pepper, add some diced tomatoes, top it with salt and pepper and chili powder, mix it real good, let it simmer. Voila, you got chili. And Dad says, well, damn, son, this might be better than my chili. I don't know, Dad, you made some pretty good chili, but I add onion and pepper to mine. Don't you add ketchup to yours, don't you? Huh? Beer? Yeah, so you didn't drop no dirty sock in it. What are you talking about? You're not dropping any dirty socks in the chili. I made mine. It turned out pretty good. I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but you never know unless you try. And I tried, and it's pretty damn good. We had some shredded cheese in the refrigerator, and Dad says, I got an idea. So he took a bowl of my chili, topped it with shredded cheese. How did it taste? Good. My brother Wayne, on the other hand, he adds corn to his chili. I know lots of people add corn to their chili. Not here. I don't add corn to my chili. To each their own. I don't add corn to my chili. But everybody's different. Oh. So we're already about 20 minutes. 20 minutes until the end of the show here. The hour goes by so fast. This week I actually had stuff to talk about. Okay, I got a notification from YouTube. But I usually never have a lot to talk about. But this week I had stuff to talk about. So that's a winner for me. I'm not just sitting here staring blankly into my webcam like, what do I talk about? Or just kind of looking around, what do I talk about? No, I actually have things to talk about. So I'm supposed to be meeting up with a friend too. Well, the friend of mine in Detroit, we were supposed to meet up. We had plans to meet up, but that didn't. Oh. That didn't go over. Excuse me. She had other plans, and we haven't gotten in touch. But I'm still looking forward to meeting up with her. Damn, guys, I'm sorry. Oh, choking. But we're still planning on meeting up. And hopefully we get it done before the snow flies, because I'm not driving to Detroit in 2 feet of fucking snow. Northern Michigan already got hit with snow. Up in Gaylord, they got nearly a foot. And where else? The Upper Peninsula? I think the Upper Peninsula got hit. I just said Gaylord. That's not the Upper Peninsula. The Upper Peninsula, I think Marquette and all those places, they got hit pretty hard with snow. The closest to us that got all the snow would be Gaylord, or Grayling or something like that. They got like a foot of snow. They can keep it. For now, anyway. For now. We will eventually get our snow, just not tomorrow. I can't believe how warm it is right now. It's 63 degrees. And sunny. According to my little widget here on my computer. Oh, now it's 62 degrees. Oh. This just in. Well, about an hour ago. State police search for missing Shiawassee County teen. This is from TV5. Dygert. I know that last name. Dygert. 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 Jedediah Frederick Dygert. I know that last name Dygert. I'm friends with the Dygert on Facebook. Investigators said I almost said Jessica. Jedediah Frederick Dygert left his home. Wow. And that's from TV5. An hour ago, and it's a missing Shiawassee County teen. Damn. It's terrible. I'm friends with a Dygert on Facebook, so I'm going to have to check with her. Find out what's going on. Matter of fact, I can even text her to ask her if she's in relation to this missing teen. Let's see if I get a response here. Any relation, to the missing teen in Shiawassee County. We'll see if she replies. Yeah, Shiawassee County is just right over here, about 5 miles to the south. And I didn't recognize this until, like, I don't know, this morning. I think it was this morning that my phone has a compass on it. Had no idea. In the utilities. Yeah, so it's facing. It says it's facing south. Oh yeah, duh, it's facing towards me. Wherever direction the phone is facing is what they're going by. Instead of the screen is facing north, but the phone is pointing south. See, so when I turn it, see southeast, and then we got southwest. But see, if I have it back this way, it's north. Of course, you can't see that. Yep, I'm at 0%, 0 degrees north, and it even says Chesaning on it. Technology, I tell you, it's really something. But anyway, I'm done fucking with the phone. I got about 15 minutes left, and was there anything you wanted to talk about, Dad?
No, not really.
Didn't have anything on your mind?
No.
Um,
Mine's just all cobbled together, so I don't have nothing to say.
yeah, all cobbled together.
Don't know what I want to say.
You usually have an opinion about something. Well, I guess not. Amy? Nothing really to talk about? Because, see, I do this thing called a Sunday video update for those of you who may be new to this channel. I come on here every Sunday. Well, most every Sunday. I do a live stream from about 3 until 4, and it's getting close to that time now. And that's Eastern time, by the way. I live in Michigan, and I just talk about the week in review. I just share with everybody what I've been up to because even if you're friends with me on Facebook, there's a lot of things that I might not talk about on Facebook that I'll talk about here, and vice versa. So, if you're going to follow me here and if you want to be friends with me on Facebook, well, you'll have to you'll have to kind of be in on the action on both platforms here because I am back on Facebook again, and there's a link. There's a link to my Facebook page, which is on the home page of this YouTube channel. So when you go on the home page where it shows my videos and it says J Bear Fuller, up in the right hand corner, it'll say Facebook. You click on that and it'll take to my Facebook page. I believe the option is available for you to send me a friend request and just kind of let me know who you are first before I accept it, because I don't just accept anybody until I get to know you. I can assure you, again, like I said, if you come on my Facebook page starting problems, starting shit, you're history. I'm not going to tolerate it. And my other friends are not going to tolerate that either. They shouldn't have to. I have very good friends, people that I've known for a very long time. We've been friends for years. Matter of fact, I just did a video chat on, what was it, Friday? Thursday or Friday with my friends in New York, because I hadn't talked to them in quite some time, and they've been going through some drama that I'm not going to put here because it's not my business to do so, but they've been dealing with a little bit of drama in their lives, and they needed someone to talk to and to share laughter with, and so they chose me. They say, hey, can we video chat? There's some things I want to talk to you about. Sure. So we video chatted in Messenger and shared a few laughs and just talked. That's what we do. I'm always open for video chats. So that's the crux of a video chat. We just talk about things. Or if you've always, there's lots of people who want to video chat with me and we just haven't video chatted yet. Like I've got friends in England. This one person I'm friends with in England, her daughter is a childhood cancer survivor. Doing a video chat, but she gets carried away and other things like that. I get carried away with other things here at home, and we kind of get separated along the way. And it's like, we're really going to have to do this video chat sometime soon if life would just give us a break so we can sit down and have a discussion. And, but it hasn't happened yet. I'm just being very patient and waiting for that moment to arise so that way we can talk about a few things. And I get to talk to her little warrior, her little survivor, which is going to be really fun. She's a little cutie. She's a little sweetheart. So I'm looking forward to talking to her and getting to know her a little bit. And what's Dad doing over there playing with the dog? We've been dog sitting.
No, I cover his eyes up so light ain't him straight.
Oh. But
we found that there is one way he sleeps is with his eyes covered.
With his eyes covered. Yeah. You'd almost think he was human. Yeah, we've been watching over someone else's dog for a little while, and he's a pretty good dog. Like when you guys were gone earlier, he came up to me and he put both of his front paws up on my lap, and then he stood up and I started rubbing, behind his eyes, scratching behind his eyes, or his ears rather, and his eyes were just getting heavy, like, oh, that feels good. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good dog. But hopefully he'll be going back home tomorrow to his owner, because we got 2 dogs here.
But they get along. I mean,
Yeah, they all get along. It's just a third dog, I mean.
Barkley has to come out of kitchen, son.
Yeah, Barkley.
He actually stole the other dog's blanket.
Yeah. He usually sleeps on the kitchen floor, Barkley, in front of our stove because it's been getting kind of chilly at night, and so we kind of kicked the stove on for a little while, enough, to warm up the house. Then we shut it off, and yeah, so with the oven, because there's really no point in getting propane right now. It's been warm outside. So we've just been improvising with the oven. It'll probably make the light bill go up a little bit, but probably not by much, because it's,
But we still got what? End of November.
Well, this is November.
January, it's gonna be cold.
This is November.
Yeah, I mean, end of this month.
We've already had our first snows. We had a rain and snow mix last week. When I was driving into Corunna, and it was raining. And then I saw these little white, it's like, it's snow, but it's Michigan. So that's to be expected. We're in the time of the year to be getting snow. We're just not getting Gaylord, Michigan snow yet. But soon enough. It's just right around the corner. So we're getting close to the end of the show this week. Man, my throat is scratchy. I do apologize for the coughs. Oh, but we're getting close to the end of the show, and again, I want to offer up my condolences to the family of my Uncle Junior Saville, and to the family of Paula Van Warmer. It's just incredible, because we were, Dad and I, the last time again we saw Paula was at Jane Street Clinic in Saginaw, and she was in a wheelchair, and we talked to her. She seemed really upbeat, and happy to see us and joking around. And
Asked me how other people were.
suddenly, I guess this morning, I was told she had heart failure. I don't know how true that is, but we lost her, which is a fact.
She was 63 years old.
I'm going to miss her.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss her dearly. And, of course, Uncle Junior. I didn't realize Uncle Junior was 75 years old.
And
Jesus
Angie,
Christ.
you're out there, our heart goes out to you.
Yeah, Angie Van Warmer, yeah.
Yeah.
But Uncle Junior was 75 years old. I didn't think he was that old.
He was that old.
So,
This house was getting bad.
wait, where's the obituary again? The paper.
Oh, right here.
See if they if they mentioned his nope, they didn't mention the year he was born, but he was born in 1946 if he was 75 years old.
46.
And then there was another person that we lost. His name was Gail Robinette.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice man.
my cousins, Heidi and Ella, they used to live in Chesaning up here, uptown, and Mr. Robinette was their neighbor. He was a really just an awesome guy.
And he owned that business.
He died. He was 90 when he died. He died on Halloween at Union Court Assisted Living in St. Charles. So he was in a nursing home. He was born on July 2nd, 1931 to James and Floy Robinette of Chesaning. Let's see if they mention Kyle. Becky McCormick.
He's a real nice man.
Yeah. They don't mention Kyle, but I went to school with his grandson, Kyle. He had Down syndrome. They don't mention Kyle. He had a lot of great grandkids, and it's like my grandma Beulah. She's got, if she was still alive today, she would have hundreds of grandkids. She had given birth 17 times. So there's a lot of us grandkids out there. But Mr. Robinette, yeah, he was a really nice guy. He was my cousin's neighbor when they lived in Chesaning, and he was a really super nice guy. He never, the kids would run around in his yard. He didn't care. He didn't care. He was an older guy, and he never really said anything about the kids playing in the yard. He would, the kids would lose a ball to go rolling over in their yard. He wouldn't care. Yeah, come and get it. He didn't care. He was a very nice guy.
He'd give stuff to the neighbor, and I would take things over from the garden to him, and
Yeah.
he liked it.
Yeah. There's just so many people leaving us. They had the ceremony, it was, I think, yesterday for Colin Powell, because he died from the COVID. And they had his funeral yesterday, I think it was, or Friday. No, it was Friday, because Price is Right got interrupted. It was immediately after the Price is Right, they broke in with a special report to cover the Colin Powell memorial. That COVID is nothing to mess with. Boy, let me tell you. It's claimed so many lives. It's a shame. It's really a shame. I'm hoping that this pandemic will just clear up soon, so that way we can get some normalcy back, which I don't know, it's going to take a long time.
Our government's sending out the world.
Yeah. And it's a lot of it too. It'll never be exactly the same as it was, because, of course, we've lost a lot of loved ones along the way, and it's horrible. But Dad's getting ready to go out hunting because it is 4:00. So anyway, I wanted to thank all of you for joining me for another week of the Sunday video update. Dad, any final words?
Yeah, be safe out there and take care of one another.
Amy?
Be safe. Try not to have a stressful week.
Yeah.
Sorry, alarm off.
She was going to say try not to have a stressful life, but
Yes.
a week, hey, a stressful life, a stressful week, try not to have any of it. But here we are. So my name is Jerry Bear Fuller. Thank you so much for watching this week and for joining me for another installment of the Sunday video update. I will be back on the 13th of November. I'm going to do something about this cough because it's just driving me fucking ape shit. But anyway,
Time to get some cough drops.
yeah. I'll see y'all next week. Much love. Be safe and take care of one another. I'm probably going to go start filming a video for the 16th for next week when I celebrate 22 years of journal writing. So I love you guys and I'll see you later. Take care.